Heat race number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go, the dwarf car.
On track now. This is the entire field, I believe, of dwarf cars. We got one going through the infield. Sorry, we had to rearrange our courts here. And out to the lead in the front of the pack, number 29. Jeffrey's pulling up the names right now. He actually delayed the show, believe it or not, because he had to put cameras all around the track. And they made a big deal out of it, and rightfully so. So we'll get these names here set up in a second.
You mean like the leader, the number 29 machine of Corey Brown?
There we go. Sounds like we got the names.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? XN coverage with low budget TV out here at Arizona Speedway. The dwarf cars, this is the one and only heat race for the dwarf cars. Battle for third right now. It's a good one.
Battle for fourth. But it has been a good one.
I haven't had to count all off season, and you're already doing this to me?
17 days into the off season.
Well, that's Rob Deans, who's taken over the 4th position. Still a little bit under fire, however.
What a beautiful sunset here at Arizona Speedway. Queen Creek, Arizona.
And what a beautiful day it has been here too, Tommy. Really, it's kind of picture-perfect weather, especially when you consider that we're still in the middle of January.
75 degrees, a high today.
That's Cyrus in the number 53 machine looking at the inside of the 99 of Deans. Talked a little bit to Cyrus earlier. He was ready to go tonight. Kind of a 4-car pack of racing right there. Also in that pack, the number 09, that's Tim Cutherman. White flag coming out for your leader.
And he's got a pretty big lead, about a straightaway lead over the 2nd spot.
Yeah, Corey Brown, that 29 car. Now you wonder though, because this is the one and only heat race, Tommy, you wonder a little bit about how drivers are taking to it. Are they just using this as kind of a warm-up session right now for the main event?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so Corey Brown will be the first to cross the line. He'll win the first heat race of the year for low budget TV. How about that?
That's a feat. He should get a trophy.
Might. That's a good way to get things started here. Arizona Speedway, January 17th, 2015, in case any of you forgot. Because I forgot. I had to read.
On the point, the number 59, Mark Stewart. On the inside of row number 1, outside the 1X, Don Irvin. X04, Mike Strobel. The 56, Norman J.R. Uptain. The 6 of Eric Center. The 4AZ, John Morris Jr., Scott Francoeur, and T39, Lupe Gomez.
Switching it up side by side for the lead.
It's going to be Stewart leading the field for the first lap. Started on the pole. 3 wide into turn number 1. You see them all spread out top to bottom. And they're staying 3 wide through 1 and 2. But the number 4, the X4 of Strobel, will make his way into the 3rd spot. Battle for the lead thrown up here. But great racing all throughout. I apologize. That is the 4AZ of Morris Jr.
And we will be having a B main tonight, Tommy. We're going to verify with the officials right here in a bit. But everywhere we've been, it's the top 3 transfers. So right now, that's the spot we're going to have to keep an eye on.
That's Morris Jr. who holds it right now in the 4AZ machine, the green one, down the back straightaway.
You know, I didn't realize until this year how busy Arizona is this time of year.
This is where the snowbirds flock to. We got them all over the place. Alaska, Missouri, all through the Midwest, the Southwest region all represented out here. And this is the only type of racing this is the only area for racing in this season in Arizona. Heck, this is probably the only time you want to race in Arizona, when it's a nice 80 degrees. Because it only gets hotter from the here. leading the way in this one, the 1X machine, started on the outside of row number 1 of Don Irvin. Your pole sitter in the second spot, Mark Stewart. Here comes Morris Jr. looking to the inside for the second spot.
One car in the wall down the back straightaway is the X04. So keeps it going. Just a little tap shouldn't really affect his race.
Mike Strobel. I don't see too much damage.
Yeah, right in the middle of the turn, Tommy. The car caught. It went forward. He had to catch it a little bit.
Out of turn number 4, your winner. He raced number 1 for the Amons. It is Don Irvin in the number 1X machine. So he's already got a leg up on the competition here tonight. The first winner in the Amons here at Arizona Speedway Snowbird Classic.
In the air, heat race number 2 to number 3. Brad Whitfield was on the pole. He's not going to be the first one into turn number 1. That's going to be the 55 AK of Scott Sluka. In the third position, the number 90 machine. That's driven by Jason Bulio. Number 7, Marlon Seidler. The 13 machine, driven by Jeff Shepard, as you see battles continuing between the 3rd and 4th place car, as well as 4th and 5th. Tommy, that 75 machine, a lot of talk about Spencer Wilson this week. In contact ahead of him.
That's a battle for the transfer spot.
That 75 machine, Spencer Wilson, the defending race winner, looking to do it again this year. And he has to do quite a bit of traveling to get here.
He's got to do quite a bit of traveling to get into the A main event.
That's right. Also in this field, rounding it out, is the number 30K machine.
And he's been having a handling issue. You can also smell.
Yeah, that's Justin Day.
If you had smell-o-vision, something's heating up, whether it be brakes or...
Well, they just came out with 4K TVs. I imagine the next thing to follow would be smell-o-vision.
And we'd be the first to get it. One of the first cameras, no matter what the cost is.
Yeah, Wilson had to back up his turn number 4. He's at risk of losing another position right now. But your leader in the 55, Sluka, just taking it nice and easy right now. His bid to make it in the A main event looking all right. Then we have the number 7 machine, Seidler. Actually, we're going to have a battle for the lead right now out of turn number 2. Seidler goes to the inside. That number 7 machine's looking to take it over. Sluka's still in a safe position as far as making it into the A main event. Everywhere else, we're pretty single file. So, Tommy, some work going to have to be done by defending race winner Wilson in that 75 car.
That's just going to make it all the more exciting now, isn't it?
It will. Seidler crosses the line. He'll win the heat. Following him in the A main event is the 55 machine of Sluka.
Sluka, you saw him get wide out of turn number 2. That allowed Seidler to make his move. You're live on XN and Low Budget TV. Let's go through the starting lineup. Heat 3, the 4 TW Tim Ward, just outside the number 41 George Franzman. The number 62 starts inside row number 2, Hunter Marriott, and the 99S of Sean Strand, the 198 Cody Miller, the 14 of David Caldwell, and rounding out the field, the number 18Z of Zane DeVilbiss. See them getting ready to take the 1 to go before we go racing. Maybe not. Looks like we're inspecting a bit into the track, maybe trying to correct a rut from forming or something.
So what have you learned about Arizona Speedway so far?
I think the biggest thing that I've learned is that this is not just an oval track, dirt track. They've got quite a lot going on here. Behind us, which you can't see because it's dark, but behind us over to our left, outside of turns number 3 and 4, is a motocross type track.
And that's actually what this place started out as.
Exactly. Open to the public, so anybody with a motorcycle or who knows what else. Maybe they have UTV type racing out here.
And another little bit of history for you. The stands were sitting/standing on.
Historical grandstands were standing on.
Yeah, these used to be at Manzanita.
So very cool. See this track. I would guess probably took off after Manzanita closed. Well, the need for racing, stock car type racing out in the Arizona area. And it picked up quite other tracks grew up as well. Also, outside of turn number 2, where you're looking, is a sand drag track. And then behind the billboards,
yes, is a drag strip?
It's a mud bog track.
Okay, so, close enough.
Mud pit, yeah. So this place does more than just the Snowbird Classic. That's for sure. Getting ready for heat number 3, Snowbird Classic IMCA Modifieds.
Number 18 starting in the back.
Field at the ready, flagman at the ready. We go green. Tim Ward leads the field.
Top 2 transfer, that does not leave any room for error.
And you see the battle area right now. Marriott to the inside takes the second spot away from the 41 of Franzman. Franzman now trying to hold off the number 1 machine.
And there it is, battle for second. Oh, one car having trouble out of turn number 2.
That's
kept it going straight.
David Caldwell, yeah, he got a big bobble out of turn number 2. 198, I apologize, Cody Miller. I called him the number 1, and I think you can see why. Oh, but you see him? Crank the wheels to the left.
And I've seen that in every heat race so far. One car has that issue.
Looks like there's a slick spot forming there.
Yeah, he might be having an additional problem.
Could he have a flat? I'm not sure.
It's like the right front's just not doing its job. He's gathering it up, having to adjust his driving style. Single file now.
I'll tell you what, the number 4 TW, Tim Ward, extending his lead over Hunter Marriott. From Missouri, the number 62 driver,
yeah,
first one in the pits.
If we gave a trophy to the first person to get here, it would have been that car right there.
Brand new vehicle he's driving here, a Rage chassis. Brand new car, top to bottom. So they're excited to start this year with that machine. They're going to be out here for 5 weekends in a row in Arizona. So they're basically changing their zip code track to track. And nothing really else happening on track as far as positions wise. We might see some lap traffic, the 14 of Caldwell.
And the white flag is out for your leader. This could get a little bit interesting.
Caldwell again slipping up. So we've got some drivers with some suspension work to do as they head into the B main event. Checkered flag flies for the number 4 TW of Tim Ward. We've got a car around. That is the number 198 of Cody Miller. Ironman in turn number 2.
Yeah, we talked to Cody at the pits, and he was really saying that at an event like this, it's all about just making that main event. That's what it's all about.
It's luck, is what it is.
You know what's interesting, though, is that when I was in the pits, I actually saw Batman climb out of that car.
Did you really?
I saw Batman climb out of the Ironman car. And Batman was like 10 years old. No joke. So maybe stunt driver.
Maybe.
Green flag in the air for heat race number 4. Salo in the number 7K machine, our pole sitter for this one. But jumping to that lead, the 3X of Jason Breeze. It looks like they avoided contact. Here we go into turn number 3.
Oh, you can see the battle for the transfer spot heating up already. Hit him while you can.
And that 7K machine holds on to the transfer spot. Position number 2. Right behind him, though, the Hornet's Nest. Here comes the 74 machine. I think I just lied.
Good battle. You're right. No, it's 74 to the inside. 7K. Paxi.
Garrett Funk in the 74 machine. Battle for the transfer spot. Salo slips up, and that's going to allow maybe 2 drivers to get by. The other one being, oh, troubles. Funk goes around in, avoiding contact. Great driving. Caution, the first one of the night.
The first yellow flag of the year, ladies and gentlemen.
For low budget TV, yeah.
Give that 74 a trophy.
That was it. that was it right there. Now, that was the first spin of the year.
Yeah, there's a lot of records that just broke. And everybody tuning in right now, you are a part of our history here on XN.
Welcome.
TV.
You're basically family now.
Look at that. What a remarkable machine that just brought out the very first caution of the year.
Yeah, talked to Funk a little bit earlier. They were getting that car ready. That's one of our later entries, which is one of the reasons that he wasn't on the initial heat race lineup.
Correct.
But that move, Salo was able to move back to the second position. The 71 machine that you saw in the middle of all of that action, the 71 AZ of Tyler Meckel. And then the driver with a great avoiding plan, that Mike Weddlestadt.
That was a good job. He had that thing all
He had to crank that thing straight at the wall. And he made it work. He made it work. The number 9 rounds out the field, and that would be Mike Masters.
And Masters got a lady riding with him on his doors. Take a look here. There she is.
Now, what I found interesting with all of what was going on, as we have a battle for the lead and a battle for third, that 71 AZ machine, Meckel up to the lead, and Salo trying to hold off. Oh, contact! Salo avoids hitting the wall.
Another one of those scenarios where the wheels crank all the way to the left.
That one, oh, it's happening again. I was gonna say, that looks like it could be a flat tire. Salo having issues. Weddlestadt gonna move into the third position and maybe have enough time to put the pressure on the number 3 of Breeze.
He's on a mission right here.
He's got to be
spot looking for the transfer.
Yep. Now I was going to say one driver was on the lineup for this heat, did not make it. We have Salo spinning it out over in turns 1 and 2, and the second yellow flag of 2015.
See, this is where we start a roll here.
We're going to keep track all year long, I bet.
I wonder what the end of the year. The tally's finally.
I bet we'll hit 30 cautions by the end of the year.
Maybe at the end of this weekend.
Salo in that 7K machine was able to restart, but pulling it into the pits. That car is having possible suspension issues. They have time to fix it, though, before we get into the main event action. And I'm sure they'll take full advantage of their time. So Meckel, our leader, back to this transfer spot battle. Only a few laps to go.
We're going to tally up the car counts, but as far as the other part of the question, what all has been run, we've had a dwarf car heat race.
Yep.
And you are right now in the middle, almost towards the end of the IMCA modified heat races. And that's all you've missed, if you're just tuning in now.
Yep, the dwarf car heat race was a calm one. White flag in the air for Meckel. Breeze looking good to hold on to that transfer spot. Weddlestadt holding on to the third position, and then the last car on the field, Mike Masters in the number 9. And Tom, you mentioned he has a passenger.
He sure does. 2 ladies on each door.
Checkered flag for Meckel. And we still have one more heat race to go. And I realized actually Garrett Funk was on the next page.
Here we go. Heat race number 5, the last heat for the A-Mods. The 65, Tim Palmer, leads the field to the green. The number 009 of Dave Liversedge. The L8 machine of Brian Schultz. 13, Gene Freeman. 19, SB, Lance Marie. The 61 of Kenny Hawkins. And Nick Gann in the 55. Round out your field.
That 61 machine is doing work right now.
Up the 19 to the inside, side by side, and the 65 around in front of the field, and collects one other. That could have been major.
I was going to say, from what I was seeing, I was expecting a lot worse.
Yeah.
I'd say a lot of drivers made it out of there unscathed.
We go green for the restart. The late car is leading. How about that, Brian Schultz?
Is this the car that you saw pull in?
No, but it would go well with that. 19 SB on a mission, except for out of turn number 4. He has no traction and loses the time that he gained in 1 and 2.
Take a look at your leader.
Schultz getting great drive out of the corner. Lance Marie in the two going straight into the A main event. The rest having to work their way through, according to the Arizona Speedway officials. The 6T1 of Kenny Hawkins in the third spot. In the Taco Bell Liv Moss modified. 82 in the fourth spot.
I think he did.
I believe so. I think we're getting almost transfers pulling out here. He might be the driver that literally just into the track. So that's going to be an interesting get here before the main events. Start the 55, Nick Gant, fifth. In the 009 around at turn number 2, loops at 360.
And that could bring out a yellow.
And it's going to stall it on the white flag lap.
And I saw this, Tommy, this started happening earlier. It looks like it's happening again.
Yep.
When they were doing hot laps.
Nick Gant trying to get some air conditioning.
I think he's just saluting.
Could be doing that.
Or doing the wave, you know, the princess wave.
He's also letting everybody know the yellow flag's out.
He is the yellow flag. He's literally waving it right now.
He's the roaming flag man.
Our yellow flags tonight.
Oh man,
so we're getting some answers here on our Facebook page.
Oh, sweet!
That's what we love. Late machine out front taking the green and the white. One lap shootout, and it's not so much a battle for the transfer position as it is for the lead. Late, he's got him covered. Brian Schultz and the LA machine will take the checkered flag, and heat race number 5 for the A-Mods. The 19SB coming home in the second spot of Lance Marie. These two moving on into the A. The rest gonna have some more racing to do. All right, go for it.
The green flag is out, ladies and gentlemen.
Surprise!
I told you they are not wasting any time here tonight. Wow.
Sorry about missing the start there, everybody. We were not ready, as you can see.
23 car clip in the wall. Our leader, the number 47 machine, Darren Olney. In the second spot, the 78 of Kevin Parker. 15 machine driven by Kyle Williams, driving Dad's car here tonight. The 23 of Chuck Gronke. Oh, boy. Woo, doggy. And rounding out the field, the 42 machine of Ian Smeltzer. And battle for the third position. That's going to send the 15 machine around. Single car incident, though I think he's going to hit the wall.
Gonna have to put it in reverse.
And we keep on going. Wow, did you see that? They caught us.
They got us, man. All we did was just rotate who was filming, who was announcing. And they jumped us on the restart.
We'll be ready next time. Bring it on, Arizona Speedway.
Yeah, we're going to be ready now.
I was like, man, these are some mad pace laps. So, Olney, our leader. These pure stocks out here. Just a little bit ago, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, they had their Bomber Enduro out at this racetrack.
New Year's Day Enduro that was rescheduled to the next day. But that looked pretty fun. I think there's YouTube video of that. There goes first place. Here's your second spot. And these cars are screaming, man. They say pure stock, but they're not pure.
These are, that's one thing I've learned quickly about this track is it's a fast track.
It is, big 3/8 mile. Some good banking on this.
And it's not very forgiving.
No, it's not.
Yeah, white flag already out. Olney closing in on the 15 machine of Kyle Williams. Williams got around earlier in the race. And the 47 is going to cruise to a win here in this heat race, the first of 2 for the pure stocks.
Got one around in turn number 2.
It's the big one.
Keeps it going. Well, maybe not.
Takes out a light pole or
Keeps
something.
it cruising. The 42 machine.
Now they're waving the yellow flag out this time. So we're gonna be able to continue with this one in just a second.
Ready, and here we go. Heat race number 2 for the pure stocks, David Jones, and the 33Y, who wasn't even planning on being here, starts on the pole on his outside 76, Justin Hara. 57J, ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Johnson.
What?
Not the 6-time champion.
I don't know. When he introduced himself.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did say that.
Well, then he's changed in appearance.
No, it's just the makeup they wear on TV.
Yeah, maybe the makeup. The 13H, Glenn Hokanson. I've got to remember that ends in the middle of it. The 46, Mark Matson, in the 70, Danielle Meckel. And we're getting a grasp on these names, so we apologize for the ones that are tuning in that know each and every one of these drivers and are laughing at us. You should laugh at us because you've never been here before. Good battle for the lead here.
So Tommy, this 33 machine, he last night was racing a different car at a different track.
An IMCA stock car. And now he's going for the lead out of turn number 2 to the inside and makes a move.
Uh-oh, trouble over, wow.
And there's the wall there. Gonna have to put it in reverse. This will bring out the yellow for a restart here.
And we wanted to mention that not only did he race last night, is he racing tonight? He's going to be racing at Phoenix International Raceway tomorrow.
Tomorrow night in a cup car. Or I don't know about tomorrow night, but he'll be doing the racing experience out there.
Because I made a joke that that car was an old Winston Cup car. And he's like, funny you mention it.
Yeah. So David Jones, he's going to be a busy man all weekend. Seeing him busy here tonight. Here we go, green flag for the restart. And a great restart at that, Justin Hara. But he's getting pressure by Jones in the 33. 13 in the 3rd spot of Hokanson.
Ooh, boy.
Really, I mean, we are in t-shirts and jeans in the middle of Arizona. Fantastic weather out here, and now we see why a bunch of drivers from the Midwest come out to Arizona for January and February.
We have drivers as far as Alaska racing here this weekend.
Battle for the lead in the pure stock heat race number 2. Good battle at that. Here comes the 33 wide. David Jones to the inside. Has a nose ahead of Hara into turn number 3. Side by side through turns number 3 and 4.
And Jones has nothing to lose this weekend.
No.
I mean, he won't be racing here tomorrow night, so he might as well leave it all out on the line tonight.
The more side by side they are, the closer that Hokanson can close in on this battle, make it a 3-car battle for the lead. White flag is out. Who's it going to be? A lap from now, taking the checker.
You'd think this was the main event.
It looks like it is, and might as well be. David Jones to the inside, working that inside groove to the inside of Hara in the 76. Takes the lead down the back straightaway. Hara throws it into turn number 3. Jones with the bobble. Who's it going to be out of turn number 4? It is the number 33Y of David Jones. Takes it at the stripe. More so out of turn number 2.
So that goes to show, though, that outside line definitely can carry that momentum out of turn number 4 and can make the difference. Something to keep an eye on tonight. Green flag is in the air. So the first of the X mods, B mods, Sport mods, whatever you'd like to call them, that's what they are. One car having to whoa it up and one car almost getting into the wall. This 81 machine, who just jumped the lead, I'm going to spell his name. Ow, a little bit of contact, maybe some trouble for you later.
Shumai.
That last name is spelled C-Z-U-M-A-J.
That's not a password to your Wi-Fi.
Battle for the lead. Once again here, the number 2 machine, Nolan Morrow. gonna take it over.
Good field. I mean, look at these cars all over this track.
The C11 machine, Chris Caldwell looking at the inside. The 57 CT also in the middle of this mix. Chris Toth sitting in fourth. He started in last. The 26 of Trevor Miller. These cars will not have a B main. All these cars will make it to the A. Schumai now sits in the 5th position. Battle for 2nd is now on tap.
Top 4 on the screen, top 3 now. Trying to keep an eye on everything.
Yeah, the 28 of Jim Skaggs. He just, out of turn 2, had to blow up just a little bit, lost a couple positions. 51 machine, David Farley took one of those positions. The 20 AZ of Chuck Black took the other. And rounding out the field, I believe we had a car pull it off. It was a car that had a little bit of issues there. The 54 AZ of Lance White.
Trying to keep his eye on the 3rd place battle. I think it's going to be brewing up here. You see now, 26 to the inside.
So Miller trying to make something happen on Toth.
And Miller, he has been chipping away at 3rd place for a while.
Miller driving that 26 machine. Toth in the 57. Miller looking to try a different line, but it's going to send him around out of turn number 2. Technically not all the way around.
But that's going to be not how he wanted to finish this heat race.
White flag is in the air for Morrow. Some good racing here with the X-Mods. Kind of a good showing of what to expect this weekend. Checkered flag for Morrow. The C11 machine of Caldwell and the 57 CT of Toth round out your top 3.
Really good crowd. Take a look at this crowd here on Saturday night.
And that's another thing that's throwing me off. We've done them before, but I'm like, oh yeah, it's Saturday. Usually we're used to starting these shows on a Friday night.
Caleb says
one of the nicest guys, but one of the quietest guys.
Missouri.
Eric Shaw, round your field.
Very cool. Well, thank each and every one of you for allowing us in your homes. We go green. For heat number 2.
Some bump drafting into turn number 1.
Ruskoff, your lead at the number 88. In the 2nd spot, the number 2 of 2J, Jason George. 44, Eric Weinmiller, the 22. Robert Workmeister, the 18, Jay Robinson. 223, the 223. Numbered car, Cole Peterson. 7G, Dennis Gates. Harland Moorhart, the 17, and rounding out the field, Eric Shaw in the 23 ST. We see some trouble in turn number 2.
Yeah, just one car getting it around. The 44 had nowhere to go, and then the 18 just wanted to be involved.
Jay Robinson kind of looped it over there.
Yeah, our 22 machine, you can look right on the right rear. That car caught the wall on exit of turn number 4 on the last lap.
Exactly where the other car is at all.
So that was exciting. Wanted to mention that the 88 machine of Ruskoff, the only driver that we can say that we knew into this event.
That's awesome. It's awesome that they drove up here from Santa Maria, California.
Yeah.
But also, it's awesome that there's all these fresh new modifieds and faces that we get to see. The 18 parked on the front straightaway for a second. Might be getting told off the track. Could be a one and done ruling out here for caution. If you're involved. Leads away. Austin Ruskoff in the number 88C. Right on the tailgate or the back bumper is that 22 of Workmeister. He's starting to peel the right side of his spoiler from that wall contact, and that's going to spin him out. All that downforce in turns 1 and 2 plagued him. And we've got a great battle out of turn number 2. Ruskoff extending his lead out front, 88C. Pretty good sized lead over the 223 machine of Cole Peterson.
Yeah, he definitely was the beneficiary of the 22 machine going around. You see the 223 having to hold on to it on exit of turn 4.
Peterson in the 223 getting some pressure behind Harlan Morhart in the 17. Almost clipped.
I think your hearing aid's going back.
Yeah, I gotta put some batteries in it. My bad. I knew I was gonna come out here and let it rip, so.
Holy guacamole.
Hey, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right?
I guess so. Yeah, that's the track audio.
I'm enjoying this crank it up section on XM.
I don't think anyone else is.
Okay, all right. Either that, hey, we're close to Area 51 too. So. Ruskoff opening up his lead even more. He heads into turn number 1, and your second place driver is now in turn number 1.
Tommy, the 223 machine pulling it to the infield. Looks like something broken with the steering.
Peterson having an issue here. He's right in front of the wrecker. White flag out for Austin Ruskoff. He's dealing with some lap traffic. The number 23 machine.
I think we have transformers here or something.
Eric Shaw, 23 ST, side by side, not for long. Ruskoff powers down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and takes the heat race number 2 victory for the X-Mods here on the first day of the Snowbird Classic here at Xan's production of the Snowbird.
Well, very, very cool. So next up, according to our sheet,
Should be the dwarf cars, maybe?
actually, Tommy, before we do that, we need to sign off our heat race video on
Let's do
YouTube.
it. Everybody, thank you for watching. We're going to be posting highlights as well as all the other fun stuff here on our YouTube channel of the main event racing action. This is part number 1 of 2 complete shows here at Arizona Speedway Snowbird Classic. Thank you all for watching. Up next, Low Budget TV DVDs. You can find us right here on Facebook or YouTube. Get a hold of us now if you're interested in the DVD.